All right, it's all yours.
Okay, how am I doing? I'm coming through. Great. I love the images and stuff that you have to go with what we're talking about. By the way, I love how people have something to look at that's very topical and it matches what the theme is of the conversation. It's just perfect. Love this stuff, man. Love it.
Dude, I love doing it.
So reflect and recollect on MK2. You know, when MK1 came out, I didn't really get into it until it was on the home systems. Like I said last week, I got into it at my friend's house when they got it on Sega Genesis. But with MK2, I was definitely aware of it when it was in the arcades. It was like, okay, the MK2 arcade machine is here. Raiden's on the side of it. I remember the first person I picked once MK2 came out was Katana. It was, you know, I just was drawn right to her. And I couldn't figure out a single one of her moves, but it didn't matter. It was still fun to play. And it was, the graphics were clearly an improvement over Mortal Kombat 1. I tried to do an uppercut. I did it with down and low punch because that's how you could do it in MK1. And all of a sudden, down and low punch wasn't an uppercut. And it was like, what? This is really screwing with my brain. It really, like, it might seem like a very basic thing, but if you're like one of those people who played MK1 using down and low punch, the fact that that didn't do an uppercut would really throw you off. And you had to make an adjustment. You had to learn like a whole new engine. You could see that the diversity was a thing that they were paying attention to. You could see that there's more women in the cast. You could see that there's like a black character now. So they're trying to do better with the representation thing, which was pretty forward thinking, especially for back then. I remember that all the black people in town always picked Jax. That was like the guy they could identify with. And it was really cool that everybody had someone they could relate to now. I think I eventually like really liked Baraka. I just thought he was like a really cool kind of a monster character and not a boss. You know, he was like a monstrous character, but you could play as him. So I thought that was pretty unique. Normally somebody like Baraka, you'd see somebody like him and he'd be like a grunt, you know, like an NPC in like a one-player game, maybe a boss character, but never somebody that you could actually pick. So there's and Shang Tsung, let's not forget him. Shang Tsung was the boss from the first game, and now he was playable. He was right on the select screen, and he could morph into anybody in the game. Like, this was just unheard of. All seems very basic and quaint now. This all seems like it's nothing. But at the time that they did it, it was a huge deal. And of course, Reptile being the hidden character from the first game. Now he's right there on the select screen. It's like, wow, they went back to that. Like they didn't forget anything from the first game. They took all the lore, they took all the best parts, and they threw it all in there. And I just loved all the hidden things that were here. It was just so amazing. Like the details in the background, the fact that Sonya and Kano aren't in the game, but then when you play it long enough, you'll see that they're tied up in one of the backgrounds. Just every little thing was amazing. Like if you were a hardcore MK fanatic, if you were really a fan of the first game, the second one blew you away. And I think this won a lot of people over. You know what else was cool about this game? You know what else was really cool about this game?
What is it?
The fatalities.
Yeah. Much improved.
Okay, so, and it's not just that. It's the fact that there's more than one. Like, this really blew people's minds because in the first game, everybody had one fatality. You knew it. And in the second game, you started seeing people do different fatalities. It's like, wait a minute. I thought his fatality was when he smashes your head. Now his fatality is when he rips your arms off? What's going on? How many fatalities do these guys have? What else is in here? And you see them, like, throwing somebody into like the spikes in the combat tomb, or you see him knock somebody into the dead pool. And it's like, what is this? Can everybody do that? Or can just this one guy do it? Can he do it in all the backgrounds? How does this work? Like, the more you saw, the more questions it opened up for you. You know, obviously now we know everything that's in the game. But when it was first launched and they just said, well, here's the game, have fun figuring stuff out, your mind just boggled at all the possibilities. It really seemed endless. Yeah, I hope I'm getting it across just how much mystery there was in the game and how excited people got about the hidden secrets and the possibilities that just seemed like never ending. When this came out, it was just you took everything that you knew about the first one and you kind of had to throw it out the window because now anything was possible. That's how it seemed.
But yeah, let's see. MJ just said the second one was better than the first by far. Only thing Mortal Kombat had was better select screen music, in my opinion. I'm gonna have to agree with that.
Oh, really? Well, I don't know. I really liked the DCS sound system, like the new upgraded sound chip that they had for Part 2. Really made the music sound great. I guess maybe even if you like the beat better from the first one, I like them all. What can I say? I really like them all. All the select screen music I think is well done. But also, if you played this in the arcades, I will tell you this: the select screen music, for whatever reason, it was the hardest one to hear.
Yeah.
You know, you have noise from the other arcade games and the ambience and, you know, people chattering and stuff like that. The sound effects were loud and clear. The music from most stages was pretty audible, but the select screen music, at least to me, it didn't really come through compared to the din of the surrounding arcade games.
Yeah, and I believe that's how it is in the arcade collection too. I always found Mortal Kombat 2 was to be the lowest out of all three.
Yeah, yeah, and even the background music in general was still pretty audible, but the select screen itself not so much. That's how I see it, or that's how I hear it.
Yeah. So, are we finished with reflect and recollect?
Let me think. You know, I will say this. There was something else that started happening that you saw a lot more with the second game than in the first one. The video game magazines from the 90s. At the time, when you saw the behind-the-scenes pictures of Mortal Kombat 2, there were a lot more for Part 2 than there were for Part 1. That really helped hype up the game, like, big time. I absolutely loved seeing photos of not just behind the scenes, like the making of the game, but also of the actors at trade shows. Like, I think there was this one at the CES show. And you can see videos of it now. Now those have come out. But you could see, like, behind the scenes of Dan Pacina as Johnny Cage and Carlos as Raiden. They actually brought Rich back to be Scorpion. Just seeing... Oh, and of course, John Parrish as Jax. So seeing those guys out in public and, like, doing their fighting moves and seeing them, like... I guess you'd stay in high definition, you know? You had, like, a better resolution on those photos, so it looked even crisper than the screenshots, which were amazing, but the actual photos of the actors, seeing that stuff in magazines like GamePro really helped hype this game up to a fever pitch.
Absolutely. Like, if you think about it today, all we have are leaks, you know, just pertaining to stuff, but back then, it was just all made up. Scarlet was basically made up. Ermac, let's see, who else was made up? And then they made into an actual character. I'm trying to think of who else. Hello. Yeah, the, wait, does it still say stream starting?
No, it says reflect and recollect. That's what I see.
Okay. Whew.
No, you're good, man.
Oh,
you're good.
It was still at yeah. Usually after the episode intro, I do the what's it called? The stream starting. But yeah.
Okay.
That's definitely something I do miss. Like back then, you used to have all these magazines and stuff, and it's like it was so unbelievable it could be real kind of thing. And I think that's what I miss most about Mortal Kombat is, like MJ said, the mystery of the game, of the early Mortal Kombat.
It is different now. It's a different world because basically all the secrets are known before the game is out. And it was definitely a different time back then. And I know that Ed Boon used to like to frequently upgrade the game. Like he would go around to the arcades and deliver the upgrade chips so that you'd play different revisions of MK2 and, you know, or all the MK games really. And sometimes he would change around the buttons to activate the moves. And that would really keep players guessing. It was also one of those things where the internet really wasn't very widespread. You know, it technically existed, but very, very few people had it. Like less than 10% of households had it back when this game came out. So you weren't just going to go and pull out your smartphone and look up all the moves and find everything. So stuff like that. It was a different time, and it was a lot easier for the designers to keep that stuff hidden. You know.
Absolutely.
And Spencer's kind of talking about this. He's like, I just want to know how people at the arcade knew all the moves and finishing moves when the game first came out. Did the manual for the cabinet have the moves in it? And no, it didn't. There were people out there who were figuring things out. There were people out there who would, like, I know Luke, you know, Total MK. I'm sure everybody here knows who he is. He would go around to arcades where he lived and like sell lists of moves for like $3 a piece. That's what the arcade players wanted. They were willing to do it. It's just and people did use the internet back then, and it wasn't, they didn't find everything fast like they do now. It was a very slow, painstaking process. I think most internet users probably had to access it through their school or something like that, and not everybody who had a school that had internet access was savvy enough to even use it. So it was very few people online and gathering this information.
God, the world was a different place back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. I think it would be cool if they did one more like that just for pure fan service. That would be dope.
You know, there was a and it's this I should say there is a project being worked on right now about like a digitized fighting game. It's going to be on Steam, and it might be on other platforms too. Like they might release it on PS4, Switch, Xbox One. The game is called Super Combat Fighter. So I'm going to type it in the chat. If you have a hankering for some good old-fashioned 2D digitized sprites in a fighting game, you might want to look this one up, guys. This looks like a really cool project. They don't have a release date or anything like that, but as an old school Mortal Kombat fan, that's the kind of thing I would really like to see more of. And you know, we could also talk about the canceled HD project. That would have been amazing. I wish WB hadn't pulled the plug on it. I would have bought that one for every system I own. You know, they started to refilm new actors doing the classic Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 moves. Would have been awesome. Would have been really cool. I'm sure we've all seen pictures of that canceled HD remake, right?
Yeah, the dragon was probably the best. I think that's what I see on the overlay of the arcade collection at Steam. Is a picture of the remake.
Yeah. I wish that remake hadn't been canceled because honestly, as a hardcore fan of especially the old games, there's things about the newer games that kind of drive me nuts. That makes me long for the classics, and for them to do that for like fan service would be great. And the programmer of video games, like I don't think they would ever do that for like a sequel. I don't think they would ever say, well, here's MK12, it's now done in the old way. But I do think that there is a market for that. And I do think if it's not a straight up sequel, it would make a lot of sense, especially now that you have this like character whose job it is to keep the timelines intact, keep the integrity of the timeline intact. To have maybe a game revolving around her saying, hey, she got back her old school universe and now she's doing things her way and she's restoring the timeline and it's like a bunch of 2D actors again. That would be like a really cool thing that they could do. Hey, maybe even just as a mini game. What do you think about that?
That would be pretty sick.
God, man, can you imagine playing like the challenge tower or something like that, and all of a sudden, bam, your characters are both been transformed into 2D sprites.
I feel like that'd be some in a test your luck.
Test your sprite.
Yeah, I'm looking at this project right over here. It actually looks pretty awesome.
No, wait, we were talking about a couple of projects. Which one are you talking about?
The Super Combat Fighter. I found their Twitter. If you guys want to follow them on Twitter, it is.
It's kick, punch, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, those guys are awesome.
But yeah, let's see. Let me pull this over here, and let's get started with the game. So let me exit that out. Oh, hold up. There we go. Right over there.
Okay.
So let me pull this right over here.
Hey, Mariano Fidele is saying hey.
What's up, my man?
How we doing over there?
Let's see here. Spencer, there was a guy that always seemed to be at the arcade when I would show up to play that would always tell me how to do the moves and finishers. I was able to learn a lot by just watching him. That's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, not everybody had a guy like that in their arcades. Trust me.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, I have to.
I called it Super Combat Fighting when I typed it. No, it's Super Combat Fighter. What was I messed up? But anyway, I did link to their Twitter in the chat. That should help. So are you gonna start playing some games here? Is that what's going on?
If this fight stick will work. Bam. Okay.
And is there anything going on in the Twitch? Should I be keeping an eye on that or not so much?
Not that I know of.
I think most of the people are on YouTube.
Yeah, most of the people are on YouTube. This game is not one to work for some reason. Huh.
Did you press enter?
Yeah. It was working earlier.
Yeah, I remember that. You had it last time.
Yeah.
Hey, Sargon is here. What's going on, Sargon?
Let me go.
And now Beyond Josh is here, dude. All my buddies are popping into the chat. Look at this. Thanks for coming in, my dudes.
Let's see. Let's try this out real quick.
Well, I hope you get it working.
Yeah, I will. Let me just download this real quick. It might need an update from Windows or Games for Windows Live. So,
aren't you supposed to uninstall that?
I don't know. I downloaded this and it ended up fixing it for me.
All right. If it doesn't work, there's a genius who works on Mortal Kombat Online. His name is Dark Bishop, and he made like a step-by-step guide how to fix MK Collection for Windows 10. That's what I love, man. There's just so many helpful people out there in the MK community. From that guy that you were talking about in the arcades to the people who are still around now. By the way, Tabmok, I'm Mariano Tekken. I use this account here, but I'll change it down the line. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Adam Morton. Oh, man, that name sounds familiar. Adam Morton. I'm pretty sure I know you from somewhere. But then again, I've been talking to a lot of Adams lately.
Yeah, can't press enter.
Yeah, I used to have that issue with the arcade collection too.
Huh. Yeah, go to here. Okay.
It's crazy. Like, you have to go through a lot of hoops to make this work, right?
Yeah, No. Come
Were you playing Stick Fight the game earlier on Twitch?
Hold up. I could probably do this real quick. Let me just download that. And then this. Okay. To ROM. There we go. Okay, and we're just gonna do you by any chance have the ROM to Mortal Kombat 2?
Not just laying around, no. Yeah. I have the arcade collection, but look, I can get it working for you. Okay. Let me just... Okay, so see, MortalKombatOnline.com did like an overhaul of the site, like totally revamped it.
Yeah.
So, one of the posts that I was trying to find, it's now in a different location. Like the URL to pull it up has changed. It's like
like I said, it was working for me before the stream. Let's just. Hey, Harley is the no, Harley is my community manager. She helps out with everything. Let's see.
Yeah, sorry, it's not going to be easy for me to find.
Yeah, can't press enter. Collection guide. Alright, it's on Steam, so... Oh, this is actually like... okay, press enter on Windows 10. Okay.
Yes. That's where it's getting stuck.
The solution. Start the game for the first time with Windows 10 bundled with the game disc.
The game disc. What? Oh, somebody owes somebody a rematch.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Some of the chatters playing against each other.
Ooh.
Who's gonna win?
Let's see here.
Okay, there's a post from October 2017 that has it. So if I can just find where that's stored now, its new location.
Link.
I should find it in like 2 minutes.
Copy the full link from...
What do you think?
Because I already re-downloaded it. Do you think I have to restart the computer? I could always do a part 1, part 2.
No, I don't think you do.
Don't worry, Harley. I'll help you out.
All right, look, I found it.
Okay.
I'm going to just throw it up in the YouTube so everybody can see this article. And I got to tell you guys, this strategy, it's really crazy what has to be done. And it's amazing to me that fans have been able to figure this all out.
Alrighty.
Here you go. I I just threw it up in there. This is insane to me that anybody could figure out these steps.
Apps, features on Windows 10. Oh, reboot your system. Oh.
Oh, this is required. It even says "is" in caps.
Okay.
But wait a minute. Did you see this? Before you reboot, look at step 1.
Go into apps on and install. All right, wait a minute.
Uninstall. Uninstall.
Where is it? Apps and features. Games. Oh. Let's see. Microsoft Games for Windows. Okay. Alrighty, boys. I guess this is going to be a 2-parter. I will be right back. This should be back in about, I would say, less than 5 minutes. So, let me shut this down real quick. So, okay. So, the stream is back up. Let's see here. Okay, let me bring that, that thing back up. Alright. So I uninstalled it, rebooted, and then download those 2 files. Let's see. Download 2. I don't know. That link is not taking me anywhere.
Wait a minute. What link? The one I put in the chat?
You could download them right here. I could probably find them real quick. So, let's see. xlive.ini download. There we go. Let's see. Okay, I think I found it.
Ah, okay. What you got over there?
Possibly the... Okay. So, I think I found the 2 files and placed them into the M. So, let's see. Bam, local disk, Steam, Steam apps, Common, Mortal Kombat Arcade, and then placed them into the directory. I guess that just means anywhere. Okay, I think we should be in working order, people. Let's try it out now. And let me bring back the pop out chat. Let's see here. Steam. Play.
Were you able to follow steps 3 through 5 already?
Yeah, I can quickly reboot it because I have an SSD now. So I
will say this: people are blaming this on Windows 10, and yeah, I gotta tell you guys, yeah, Windows 10 is just one step that's like an obstacle to this making this work.
And it's not working. Yeah, that's great.
Okay. Is it still getting stuck on the same screen?
Yep.
Okay, hang on. Let's troubleshoot. You already downloaded the 2 GWFL files, right?
I planned them into the directory.
Okay, you put them in this default directory.
Yeah.
I wish I could troubleshoot this better with you. I mean, You had it working last week. You were playing it right here on the stream. Oh, you kind of lost your hard drive stuff. You had to start all over, didn't you?
Yeah. So let me cut that out real quick, and then
I see the programmer of video game saying something that I want to respond to.
yeah.
He says, I'd like a Mortal Kombat Deception remastered version, and they should fix the continuity issues for Conquest Mode. Dude, I loved Conquest Mode in MK Deception. I don't know if they'll ever just remaster that particular one, like that exact one. Like, oh yeah, just play as Shujinko and get the Kami Dogo again. But I do think that they need to make a new Conquest Mode. It's just their crypt has gotten so expansive that it practically is a Conquest Mode at this point. They should just go all the way with it, you know? What about you guys? And what about you, SK? What'd you guys think? Did you like the Deception Conquest Mode where you got to play as Shujinko, or did you prefer Armageddon where you got to play as Taven?
See, I wasn't really a big fan of the oh, that's right. Okay, there we go. And see, I wasn't a big Conquest fan, but I loved I would have to say out of the two that I've played, I've actually enjoyed the Deception one way more.
There is a lot about it, but one thing that they changed, that they got right when they did the Armageddon one, was the fact that when you finish the game, you get to start over from the beginning and you can replay it, as opposed to the Deception one, where once you age out Shujinko and you've collected all the Kami Dogu, you just kind of wander around aimlessly and you can't relive some of the most amazing moments, and you'd have to start a new file and do it all over again. So, you know, they kind of fine-tuned it and made adjustments continually as they went along. And there's things about Deceptions that I love, and there's things about Armageddons that I also love. It's just really great to experience all the games and kind of, you know, like you're doing, you're going back and from the beginning, just analyzing each game one at a time, because they all deserve to be in their own light, you know? Each one of these games is a masterpiece.
Yeah. The, oh, crap. God damn it, Nintendo.
Nintendo? What do they have to do with this?
Damn ROMs.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just gonna exit out.
You've given up on the arcade collection.
Yeah,
You're trying to get...
Yeah, I have MAME up and running. I just need the ROM real quick. I could probably find it. Ooh. Okay. There we go. So, documents, MAME 64. I did not like this one, but it's whatever.
I will help you with arcade collection. I don't think I can troubleshoot it with you during a live stream.
Yeah,
but honestly, dude, if we did like a team viewer session, I'm sure we could bang that out in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. The let's see. Where? No, it's not this MAME. It's MAME download. No, not this.
This is what sucks when you lose your computer and you lose all your files.
Yeah,
and you lose all your games. Oh, man.
This is probably the worst thing. I had to take my thing to a shop and have someone look at it because I have a shit ton of games on my hard drive. And because the whole Nintendo fiasco with emulators, I can't really get those back. So I'm trying everything I can to get at least those games back.
Are kind of jumping ahead, and we're like thinking about MK11, and it's like, well, isn't it MK11 character? I think that kind of throws everything out the window.
Yeah,
So make sure you check us out on Twitch and keep up with us over there, because some of us are going to be in London and some of us are going to be in Los Angeles. So we will be able to do like dual coverage. It's pretty exciting. We'll be able to show both parties at the same time.
Oh god, that sounds so awesome.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, on Thursday, I'm sure everybody's going to want to be streaming and looking at this stuff. Probably keep your eyes to the MK Online Twitch so you can check out both parties at the same time. So, programmer of video games is saying, how about a prequel story with Onaga as ruler of Outworld or a young Shao Kahn? Honestly, I would love like a proper prequel. I'd really be interested in seeing the time of the great Kung Lao, you know, where Shang Tsung had won a bunch of times, and then Kung Lao entered the tournament and stopped him. And then later, Shang Tsung comes back with Goro in order to kill Kung Lao. Like, that would be a cool era to really see, you know?
Let's see here. Oh, documents. I forget what meme it's called.
Well, trust me, whatever MAME you have, you can get used to it, and you can set it up to work with Mortal Kombat. So what's do you have a gamepad or an arcade stick hooked up? I assume.
Yeah, I just with how this is working, it's let's see. Yeah, this is definitely different than what I'm used to.
Yeah, there's too many versions of MAME. That's the problem. It can be like, what? Which one do I need?
Yeah, let me gather around like what I have right now. Let me just
look. I can help you get this one working. Here's all you need to. Here's what you need to know. You can press the P button to pause it if you're already in the game.
Well, like the setup is like different. Like let me
Oh, here, why don't you show it up on the YouTube? Maybe I can walk you through it.
Bam. Okay, it just did a fatal error. Okay, yeah, it's this one. Like I said, this is very different than what I'm used to. F5. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah, I know this one.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. All right. I would not do it from here. I would go into the game first and then configure it.
Okay. I have the game right over here. Oh.
See, I can't see the whole thing. I can't see everything that you're doing. It's like I'm only seeing a partial.
Let me go to the editor real quick.
Fred Flintstones has an arcade game? What?
Yeah, I didn't even know that. That's kind of weird and no. Damn. All right, come on. Oh yeah, that's right. I locked the display capture. That's why. Okay.
Oh yeah. That'll do it.
There we go. Okay. So we have all the files right over there, and then we got let's see, documents, and then MAME.
Okay, yeah, that'll work. Just let's open up MAME again and keep it full screen. That's good.
Okay, yeah.
Keep it 100.
Configure machine, or
wait a minute. Okay, so go into Mortal Kombat 2 first, right?
Wait, I like I said, it's not showing me the game.
Okay, did you download mk2.zip and did you put it in your ROMs folder?
Yeah.
What if you just type it, Mortal Kombat. You see how there's a search at the top?
Yeah, revved it. Okay. That's fine. That is great. Thanks, stream. Thanks. Oh. I wish I had my old main back.
Ah.
Where's the No, where's the one that I know?
Yeah. Guess you gotta stick to what you're used to, man.
Sorry about this, guys. It's But hey, at least we could probably talk about just Mortal Kombat 2 while we get this. Let's see. No, not ROMs. Damn it. Actually, you know what? Where's images? Which one am I used to? No, not that one. Yeah, not that one. Is it that one? Possibly? No.
Let's see here. Programmer of video games is saying, with Khan being the one to kill Blaze, it makes Taven's story in Armageddon Conquest mode pointless. Yeah. Yeah. It's like they had this great epic quest in mind that they conceived of when they did Armageddon. But then when they decided to do the next game and they decided they wanted to reboot it, it's like, let's just kind of whatever to that last stuff about Armageddon. They kind of lost their train of thought there, I think, a little bit. Maybe Adam Morton says maybe 11 is what caused Shao Kahn's victory in Armageddon. Time travel, man. And Conquest is the ending of 11. Dude, that would be way too trippy. I know there's a lot of science fiction that would do stuff like that to their time travel stories, but I don't think Mortal Kombat 11 is going to be quite that cerebral. You know what's cool about 2? You know what's really cool about 2? It's a mini game inside Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Like, your reward for doing all the smoke missions is to get MK2. Like, how cool is that?
That is kind of cool. Like, I know with MK2 they introduced Smoke and Jade within the game.
Yep, and also Noob Saibot.
Let's see.
You had to win. Is it win? Yeah, you had to win 50 matches in a row in a 2-player game in order to get Noob Saibot. In the Sega Genesis version, they lowered the threshold to just 25. But can you imagine if you're one of those like crazy, amazing game players and you're just getting 50 wins in a row, and all of a sudden you get the secret message pop up saying that you're fighting a new fighter? You'd be like, what? Hey, programmer video games, I think you're right. There is a cheat code to play MK2 faster. Thanks for reminding me. Because I'm actually going to be going to a friend's house after the London party, and we're going to hang out and play Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, and we're really looking forward to the secret MK2 battles. So in case he doesn't have the game saved properly, it'll be really a good idea to get on that cheat code and go straight to MK2.
This. Let's see here. What do we got?
Well, you know what? Why don't we put the gameplay on hold for a minute? Let's just talk. This is you know what? This is a great conversation about MK2. The chatters are coming up with great stuff too. Out of these 3, who's most likely to come back for Mortal Kombat 11? Okay. Nightwolf, Smoke, or Cabal? And it doesn't have to be just one of them. but I strongly believe out of those three, it would be Nightwolf.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Ed Boon he posts a bunch of trolling stuff all the time, and it's so hard to figure him out sometimes. But he kind of just hinted at it. Because when he did the thing with Reptile, right? There that picture of a lizard that he tweeted earlier.
Yeah.
There was a hashtag on it, crying wolf again. Think about it. How many wolf characters do we have? Just the one.
Just one.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to think about.
Yeah. Like, he's making everybody think about a lizard. People are talking about reptile. People are talking about chameleon. And then he puts a hashtag, crying wolf again. It's like, oh, he's misdirected everybody. Everyone's thinking reptile. Everyone's thinking chameleon. And he's secretly hinting at Nightwolf. And nobody's picking up on the clue. Yeah, people saw that. People know what's up. And, you know, even though a lot of people didn't really care for some of the new characters introduced in MKX, I don't think, like, the new characters are ever that popular, at least when they're first introduced. I'm really looking forward to the new characters in MK11. What about you?
With the new characters that are supposedly leaked, the Chronica sounds pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. The okay, is this no. Chronica sounds like a really interesting concept, as like she's able to bend time, and I think like she's gonna have something on the along the lines of Flash in a way, but I feel like she's also going to be a sorceress, because I don't think in the timeline we've ever had a female sorceress, have
we? We've had Delia or Telia, you know, Taven's mother, who created the Blaze Elemental. So we have had like hints that they're there, but not like as a playable character or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but I'll tell you, well, you're talking about Karonika, and I don't know if that's really her name, because I've seen different leaks and they all call her something different. But there's definitely something to it, because the trailer sort of confirms it. You know, there's definitely something going on. So I'm thinking that you remember the Ninja Turtles cartoon where they had that character Renette?
Yeah.
And she's kind of worked for, well, she had a boss, and I don't remember his name, the Time Master, I think it was his name. But basically, he had this staff with an hourglass at the end of it. And she took it, and, you know, she wasn't really supposed to, and she's trying to control it, but she's not really so good at it. So she kind of keeps messing up. And she finds the turtles, and she opens up a time portal, and she summons them, and she tries to go open up time portals to stop the bad guy, and she doesn't quite get it right, and she needs to try to have the Ninja Turtles help her to do the fighting, and then they can kind of make it work. And if they win the fights, maybe she can fix the time thing after all. Or maybe the Time Lord can come and like her boss can come and fix her mistakes. But I really like the idea of this girl who's trying desperately to stop Raiden from messing up the timeline. And she's trying her best to fix it, but she just doesn't have a good handle on her time powers. I'm kind of hoping that's the sort of character that we're going to get.
Yeah, that seems really interesting, because, like, with, there we go. I think this is the version I'm most used to, but with this new time-bending character, it's like, we don't know much about this story. They could do a million things literally when it comes to you know, when it comes to time travel. They can do a Mortal Kombat 9 again, which I really do not think they're gonna do. They can do a good universe, bad universe, which for the love of God, do not do it like Injustice 1. Let's see. They could just do like 2 timelines and make them into 1 timeline.
Yeah, they may even start everything over, and as a result of all this mucking around, create a 3rd timeline.
Yeah. So, like, you know, what I hope is that there will be a timeline, or at least it will come down to 1 timeline. They'll retcon some things of, you know, the new timeline, because some of the stuff I don't like, but then makes a lot of the stuff from the original timeline canon. You know, like, you know, switching Sub-Zero and Smoke was pretty cool. You know, keep that canon. You know, keep the rivalry not, you know, existent anymore. Because I do like the idea of, like, Sub-Zero and Scorpion teaming up. They're probably 2 of my favorite characters in the whole Mortal Kombat series. So
yeah, and they just buried their rivalry, and you'd like to see that state buried.
Yeah, I like to see that relationship flourish out more, as I should say.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, so like, there's a lot of things that they can do with Mortal Kombat. It's Mortal Kombat 11. It's just that they can also mess it up really bad too. And with the chapter system, which, if you know me, I hate the chapter system. I cannot stand it. Just for the mere fact of plot armor, like it oh, no, not Paul. Huh.
What if the woman in the trailer is working for the one being?
I could see that being a possibility too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the mere fact that like, okay, where?
See, I'd be afraid that Dark Raiden is the one secretly doing the bidding of the one being, and that this girl is out to stop him. So I think, if anything, that puts her into direct conflict with the one being. Like, if you remember from the old timeline, they would explain in some of the older games, the 3D era, like, the one being subconsciously works himself through and manipulates people like Shao Kahn and like Onaga. They're not even aware of it. They're not even aware that it's the one being controlling their actions. He's trying to reestablish himself. And he does that by subtly manipulating subconsciously Onaga, Shao Kahn, and such beings, and getting them to merge realms together. Because, good, I knew you would. So the more realms that are merged together, the more likely the one being is to return. Now, they also kind of revealed that Shao Kahn and Raiden they started out very similar to each other. And if you see what happened to Shao Kahn, the kind of hints throughout the whole Dark Raiden story was that the same thing that happened to Shao Kahn is probably happening to Raiden. So that suggests to me that now Raiden is being manipulated by the one being. You know, Raiden fell victim to his, I guess, his brand of magic, or his brand of takeover, whatever you want to call it. So I really think that means that this time-bending girl, that makes her the opposite of working for the one being. She is deliberately out to thwart the one being's plans. That's just how I see it, anyway.
Yeah, because like they had the story of the one being like just once. I think it was when was it? I don't know if it was a comic or no, I think it was a outro, or not an outro, an ending. I forget which one it is. Oh god.
Maybe Shinnok's ending.
Yeah, it possibly could be. I know it's someone I believe important. Fuck. Yeah, Jax was gonna beat me.
You're talking about from MKX. You're talking about Shinnok's ending.
Yeah, I believe so. Where like the one being sucks up everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what he wanted.
Yeah, so like they really never touched on the one being, and it's like that has a lot of potential.
Now, Adam Morton is asking, is the one being the lady at the end of Jade's arcade ending in MK9? And Ike, no way. No way. That woman is, there's no way that woman is the one being. But the one being was specifically described as a male, first of all. But second of all, I think that would just be way too big of a shock. That some people are saying that the bald girl from the MK11 trailer and the woman from Jade's MK9 ending might be the same person. That seems like it has a little bit more of a possibility to it, though.
Yeah, I definitely see that as like you know, it's been twice now where she was it's been talked about time and shit. So like it's not out of the realm of possibility that boom. Okay, there we go. Oh, damn. Yep, uppercut. I do not think that there is sound on this game. I think this ROM might be a little bit broken. So, if you guys do not hear Mortal Kombat 2 sounds, sorry about that. But the with the whole mystery girl, because I think you and me teamed up on the video that I did a long time ago. I'm gonna say a couple months back. God damn it. A couple months back, before E3, and we said, we had a bunch of theories on who it could be, but with the with this new girl, it possibly could be her. Like she's trying to like put balance into it, and with Katana wasn't gonna win Mortal Kombat or win against Blaze. I mean that's fucking crazy. But like I think the concept of like different round or timelines is pretty cool if done right. Go.
Well, look who owns the franchise now. It's WB.
Yeah.
They also own DC. So if anybody is a comics nerd, you'll know that in the 80s, they rebooted DC with Crisis on Infinite Earths. And they kind of just let the whole universe kind of start all over. But it was still technically a sequel. They're still saying that everything that happened in the old universe was still a thing, but that those events ended with the Crisis, and that led to the birth of a new universe. And that's kind of what they did with MK9, by making it both like a sequel and a reboot. It was kind of both. And it's very common now in comics. Like, you'll see it all the time. You'll be like, okay, well, now DC is doing the New 52. Okay, well, now DC is doing Rebirth. And now I think they're on something else. It's just every so often they decide to reboot the DC universe. And Mortal Kombat might be getting to that point where maybe that's what MK11 is building towards. Like, okay, well, MK9 was a reboot, and now it's time for another reboot.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. Shit. No. There we go. Damn it, Katana. You got me. But see, with the new like girl, it's like I wonder what she's gonna be able to do. Oh, Toasty. I'm kind of stoked on what she can do. I feel like now about her being a boss. I don't know about that. Oh God. She's gonna kick my ass. Yep. Oh.
She doesn't seem like the big bad boss type character, does she?
Yeah, no. See, and I mean, Shinna kind of did. So like,
yeah, absolutely did.
And then he turned into corrupted Shinnok. It's like, well, what can she do? I mean, I don't want to Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 where, you know, we have to fight the one being like, you know, Galactus and stuff. Oh, and I got a flawless victory. Heck yeah.
Nice. Nice. Got it on stream. Captured that.
How do you, or what, I forget what Scorpion's fatality for this. Dude, she's about to get a flawless victory on me. Oh, God.
Hold block, down, down, up, up, high punch.
Down, down, up, up, high punch.
Yeah.
Down, down, up, up, high punch. Oh, God.
That was a cheap throw at the end of that last round.
Oh, is that his slide? Shit. Yeah. I did not know Scorpion.
That's a leg grab. That's a leg grab.
Oh, okay. No, I'm gonna try you again. But yeah, so the oh shit. There's a lot of things that you can do with Mortal Kombat. I just hope that it doesn't like absolutely ruin the story, cuz like that, to me, that's the only reason why like fighting games are made nowadays, is just to continue story and to update roster. But you know, it's mostly just story. Like, if Injustice kind of had a good story, I'm not gonna lie. I like that you could choose different characters within the story.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, you're gonna. Wow, you are seriously going hardcore. Fuck, I hate Katana in this damn game. Katana and Jade are always the ones that I hated most in the classic games.
Right.
But
all right. Well, let me just interrupt for a second. Programmer of video games is saying, since we know Shinnok started out as an elder god, do you think it's possible that Shinnok was one of the 6 elder gods to fight the one being? Ooh. And I do think it's possible that Shinnok was one of the elder gods to fight the one being. Highly likely, in fact. But I don't think there was anywhere where they specified the number of elder gods that fought the one being was 6. Could have been less than 6. Could have been more than 6. I don't remember seeing that was limited to just 6 elder gods. And maybe you got that from like a picture somewhere where you can see 6 gods fighting Shinnok. But those kinds of pictures should be taken with a grain of salt, because there could always be more elder gods that were just out of the picture frame.
There we go. What's Sub-Zero's fatality?
Well, his is hard to explain.
Yeah, I know one of them is that you have to freeze him.
Yeah, you got to freeze them, you know, from like a foot sweep away with forward, forward, down, high kick. And then you can keep refreezing them while you buy yourself some time. But after you do the forward, forward, down, high kick, you got to go to the as far away as possible on the opposite side of the screen, hold low punch, and hit back, down, forward.
I don't know how people got this back in the day.
I don't know how they figured that out either. It's almost like somebody from Midway would have had to tell them.
Fuck you, Kung Lao. There we go. No.
MJ, Will's got skills. Yeah, it's great because we can keep all our favorite characters forever. Right on. Adam Morton, maybe, but maybe he just wanted the power of the one being. I think Shinnok was definitely interested in power. I don't know if he wanted the exact same kind of power that the one being had. I think maybe his interests were a little different. That's one of those things where I would love a prequel game, a proper prequel where we can explore that stuff more in depth. Maybe he did fight the one being, and that's why he was banished to the Netherrealm. Was that ever explained? I don't think so. I mean, Shinnok, if he fought the one being, then he was allowed to fight the one being by the other elder gods. They would have encouraged it. Now, the reason that Shinnok was banished to the Netherrealm was because of trying to take over Earth. And he should have known better. Taking over Earth is not cool. Elder gods are not okay with that. It's like, hey, Shinnok, you did a lot of good for us back in the day, helping us fight the one being, but that doesn't give you license to just take over Earthrealm. You're done, dude. Got rid of him.
Hmm. God damn it, Kong. I wonder if Scorpion still has teleport in this game.
Yeah, down back high punch.
Oh, I keep on forgetting it's not down back kick like how it is in the olden days or in the new games. Come on, no. Bam. All right, there we go.
All right, I heard somewhere in the lore that the Elder Gods don't enter the realms because it would enable the One Being's return quicker. But in Shinnok's case, he can enter the realms without any issue. That sounds like headcanon. That sounds like some fan just put 2 and 2 together and got 5.
There we go. What's his
I do think the Elder Gods don't like to interfere with the affairs of mortals. And probably the reason, very generally, that they don't like to interfere is it would be too unfair. You know, if they do too much, it's unfair. If they do too little, it's unfair. They kind of have to, they kind of walk a fine balance. You know, they don't invade realms. They don't let other people just invade realms. They set up a tournament, the Mortal Kombat tournament, that if one realm can do 10 tournaments in a row and win, then they have the right to invade. That's like their way of balancing out, being fair to all the realms, while also trying to keep the One Being from re-emerging as best as they can. So the One Being isn't Onaga. The One Being is really a long time ago, the Elder Gods were fighting the One Being, and I guess the One Being was sort of leeching off of them, like feeding off of their energy. And the only way the Elder Gods could get rid of him was by smashing him into millions of pieces. And those pieces became the fragments of. So every realm that you see is basically a piece of the One Being. Now, if all the realms get merged back together and there's only one realm again, that will make the One Being return. So we don't want that to happen. That's why the Elder Gods are opposed to the idea of realms merging. As a general principle, if Earth and Outworld merge, that would make it more likely for somebody like the One Being to come back. The Elder Gods do not want that.
There we go. Your favorite character is kicking my ass, I'm just saying.
Right, right. No, he's good. He's a good one.
Oh, God damn it.
But having said that, Mariano, the One Being does exert himself subconsciously and manipulates people like Shao Kahn and Onaga into doing his bidding. Because Shao Kahn just kind of obsessed with merging realms. Maybe he doesn't even 100% understand why that is, but it's secretly the One Being trying to get himself to come back. Shao Kahn's kind of, in some way, you could say he's his puppet.
God damn.
Hey, don't forget the ground freeze. It's down, back, and low kick. It's very useful in this game.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, oh, wow. And I bet that's a low, isn't it? Oh, God.
Well, they block the freeze a lot. Like, the AI gets really good at blocking the freeze, but the ground freeze, they fall for if you do it right.
Fuck. It didn't do it all the way. Just to think that that's a vampire mask with fingernails. Yeah,
that's right. Hey, have you seen the red Nosferatu mask that Galloping Ghost Arcade got a hold of to you know, it's like the exact same kind of mask that they used for Baraka's costume?
No, I actually did not see that. Oh, God. Why did I pick Baraka?
The computer was Baraka, and it seemed like a good idea. Here, go back, low punch.
Oh, you did it back. Oh, fucking A. Dude, come on. Ah, damn it. I almost got... Oh, jeez. He did a fatality. God damn it.
So close.
Yet so far. But yeah, by the way, I want to give out a quick shout out to Legend X Ronin. If you guys haven't watched him yet, he's starting to do live streams pertaining to Mortal Kombat 11. He's talking about what characters we will possibly see in Mortal Kombat 11. He does the live streams like he's starting to do his schedule now. Son of a bitch. Fuck. He's starting to do a schedule, but he's unsure yet since everybody has a different time. I was featured in the end of the first episode and then fully on the second episode. We talked about basically the classic characters. So Sonya, Jax, Johnny. Let's see, Sonya, Jax, Johnny, Kenshi, and Kano. We talked about if they were gonna make it. If you guys haven't watched it yet, please check that video out. It's really, really, really good. Oh god.
Yeah, I love Legend X Ronin. He really is a legend.
Yeah, but we talked a whole lot about Sonya. What by the way, Tab, what's your feelings? Out of all 5 of those characters, who do you think will not be in Mortal Kombat 11?
Well, let's think. I kind of think that there's a lot of people who've been in 9 and X, and it's like time to retire them. They sort of hinted that Kano had a son. I kind of feel like they want to get rid of Kano and put his son in the next game.
Yeah.
So I think Kano would probably be the least likely. Sonya, she's been in 9 and she's also been in X. She was the mother to Cassie. I don't know. Like in some way, I want to say that the game just wants to progress, maybe kill off some of the characters and give the combat kids a chance to shine. But then I think about the time stress and how she can just bring anybody from any time era right back to the fold. It's like, well, I don't think they want to have Johnny and Sonya move on and kill them off and replace them with Cassie. You get this time-bending girl who can just bring back Johnny and Sonya. So, yeah, this is hard to predict. This is with the character like that anything seems possible. I don't know what direction they're going to go. What did you and Legend say?
We both said it will most likely be Kano and Sonya. But now that Ronda Rousey is playing as Sonya, we Sonya might be in. But in my honest opinion, I do not want Sonya or Kano just for the mere fact that like, oh my fucking god, you goddamn spammer. He got a flawless victory on me. I'm actually kind of upset.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you picked Reptile. Like, you kind of brought that on yourself.
Yeah, where's his goddamn special moves?
You got forward, high punches is acid. You got back, and both punches is his force ball. And, of course, the slide is the exact same one as Sub-Zero's.
Yeah, let's see. With Scorpion, I was doing much better. I can zone and stuff. But yeah, we've concluded Sonya and oh, come on. God damn it. I hate this AI. But we said Sonya because, like, if you think about it, Kano's in jail, like, and Sonya's like their rivalry is basically over. So, oh shit, Jesus Christ, Baraka, you're only like the 3rd fucking character, I believe. Man, I am getting my ass. Classic Mortal Kombat games are not my fucking cup of tea. When it comes to Mortal Kombat 1, I'm alright, but Mortal Kombat 2 and 3, oof, Jesus.
Oh man, these are my favorite. These are my jams. Well, you know, I kind of explained what was so amazing about the games when they first debuted, like when I first saw them at least. So I think you kind of got a sense to that.
Yeah. Let's see, there we go. Oh. Back 4, or back 3. There we go. Dude, back 3, okay, is kind of amazing. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, you better get back. Back 3. Back 3. Just, back 3. Teehee. Oh, God. Oh, God. Back 3. Oh God. Okay. No. Son of a bitch. But with their rivalry like over, it's like also Sonya has been in like a lot of fucking games. You know, I just want her to pass the torch down to Sonya, because with Johnny it's like, okay, you know, Johnny is at least different than Cassie. Cassie has a lot of the same moves as Sonya though, so, or that she can have. So I feel like they should just pass the torch down to Cassie, and I really don't want the whole Cage family again. Like, I felt like that was kind of much in Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah, because you had all three of them. But, you know, you kind of have to, I think, at least for when she's making her introduction. You kind of have to show her ordinary world and show her interacting with her parents. And Mortal Kombat has tried to sort of pass the baton on to the new generation before, and it's never really taken off, because they always go back to the fan favorites. So the new generation never really does get a chance to branch out on their own. And it's like this. It started, I want to say, with 4, where they were like, okay, Raiden is going to kind of step down as the protector of Earth, and he's going to appoint a new one, Fujin. And Liu Kang and Kung Lao, they tried to rebuild the White Lotus, and now they've got this guy, Kai. So now Liu Kang can kind of just move on from things, right? And it just seemed like they were ready to retire. But then in the next game, it's like, oh yeah, no mention of Kai at all. No mention of Fujin at all. It's just back to Raiden and Liu Kang and like the main people that we know. And then it's like, hey, look at Sub-Zero. He's got this new recruit, Frost. It's like, yeah, well, she tried to take the medallion from him and she died. So Sub-Zero's going to have to bury her now. Back to Sub-Zero. They always have tried to replace the established characters with some kind of new generation of them. Oh, and I forgot about Jarek, you know, Kano. It never really takes, because the designers want to stick to the safe characters that have been known and established. And I think this time it's no different. You know, I think they tried to do it again with characters like Kung Jin and Jackie and Cassie. And I don't think they're going to ever really use them as stand-ins or let them really become their own characters away from the characters that we know and love. You know, I don't think they're really ever going to allow her to get out from her father's shadow. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I see with like I said, I wouldn't be mad with a like Johnny and Cassie, but with a Sonya and Cassie, it's like, well, they basically can have the same moves. So like, oh god, son of a bitch, man. So I don't know. I don't get it. It's I hope that they don't just throw Cassie away, because that's, even though like a lot of people do not like Cassie, I kind of like her. She's a cool concept, just executed poorly. Come on, no. God damn it. Why are you so fucking... Oh, God. Alright. I'm gonna... do that again. I hate this character. There we go. Fuck you. Why? I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my favorite fatality in Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah.
He just looks into your eyes while you fucking die.
So it's the best way to do it.
But
you want to see the life drain right from someone's eyes, you know?
But with I really want Takeda to come back. He's one of those characters that I definitely liked out of the new ones. I think the ones that I really liked was Aaron Black and Takeda.
Yeah.
Like those probably have to be fuck, man.
I think all the new characters do have their fan base. You know, I think there are people who love Zavora. There are people who love Kotal Khan. There's even people who love Ferrator, sorry.
Therefore.
Oh, man. Hey, the programmer of video games says, I know he's talking about Deadly Alliance here. He's like, it's like Fujin never existed in the first place. And speaking of Fujin, in MK Mythology's Sub-Zero, he dies, but comes back in 4. Maybe I should clear something up there. So with Mythologies, Sub-Zero, he did defeat the 4 gods, but he didn't kill them. I don't even think he could kill them if he wanted to. I don't think Sub-Zero, I don't think a mere mortal could do that. He did manage to defeat them and get them out of the way long enough so that he could retrieve the amulet, though. Remember, when Shinnok did his attack on the heavens in MK4, Fujin was said to be one of the last surviving gods of Earth. So that tells me that probably all the gods, the fire god, the earth god, the water god, all the other gods had probably survived the Mythology's attack and didn't die until Shinnok did his invasion of the heavens in MK4.
Ah, oh, god damn it. No. Son of a bitch. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Okay. Teleport, I believe, is down 4, right?
Down up.
Ah, there we go. Okay. Fuck. No. Come on. Let's see. Damn it. No.
See, this is the kind of stuff I was talking about earlier, like in the beginning of the stream. Just little details like having Sonya and Kano in the background. It's like, look, these guys aren't in the game, but you can see they're still around. Yeah. They're still alive. They could come back again in the future. Kotal Khan is a fucking badass in the comic. Yeah, and you know, he's also not bad in MKX's story mode either. Kotal Khan, like, actually wants to do the right thing, but he doesn't want anybody to think he's a pushover either. I mean, he's in Outworld. He's in a hostile environment, surrounded by people who probably want to kick his ass. It's like being back in high school.
Oh, God, no. Fuck. Yeah, alright. So at least I got 1 win on him.
You could do it again.
Okay. No.
One more shot.
No. Down, up. Fuck. Dude, this blows. Let's see here.
Well, there's one strategy you could try is if you can get them, if you can trick the computer into jumping towards you, which I've seen you do that a couple times. If you avoid them, they'll jump at you. And if you can get them to jump at you, you can usually roundhouse kick them. It usually will connect.
Yeah.
And the distance almost doesn't matter. There's a couple distances where it won't work, but it's pretty good. It has a pretty good reach.
Yeah, I see that now. No. God damn it, dude. Alright, I think I know what I'm going to do.
Hey, speaking of MK2, you know what was an amazing thing? And I know you've seen it, SK. I know you've seen what I'm talking about. The commercial by Acclaim when it went to Home Systems.
Oh yeah, that's the that. If anybody doesn't know, that's what we use for the live action part of the trailer. I think it's.
Dude, let's.
After.
Omega is heel. Just became a combatant. Good for you, man.
Oh, thanks, bro. I don't know why it's not playing any sound effects for me.
Probably something to do with Streamlabs.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, that commercial was the most amazing thing. I could watch it all day long. The fact is that commercial honestly looks better than the Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's kind of crazy like how they did all that. And then while I was editing it too, it was like, dude, Jesus Christ, this is actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. They did an amazing job with it. Now, look, I love the Mortal Kombat movie. It still holds up as the best video game movie adaptation, and that's saying something compared, think about how it's 20 years later. But it's like that commercial makes me think that the movie could have been even better if they had just stuck to the original costumes.
Yeah, especially the katana. It's just, oh god.
Yeah. I'm glad you beat Baraka, man. That was great.
Yeah, that. No. Why? I forget. You go back. Go back.
So the programmer is talking about how Kano's origin was supposed to be explained in MK Special Forces, but the original creator, he means John Tobias, left. So a lot of Special Forces was cut. Yeah, like 100% of it was cut. And there is footage of the beta version with Sonya. That's true. It's out there. Omega is heel. Just asked, do you think rain should return in MK11? What do you think? Should it rain in MK11?
Yeah, I believe so. Are you seeing a glitch on the screen?
No.
I see Reptile's face on oh god. Yeah, I see Reptile's face like right in the
Yep, it came in. I was seeing it on a delay. That happened.
Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, I feel like Rain should be in. He's one of those ninjas that never got. There we go. That never got like really recognized.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! No. God damn it.
I admire the way Kotal Khan does things in the game. Just wish they included more badass elements, like him riding on the back of a freaking T-Rex. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. No. Fuck.
I mean, one thing I like about Kotal Khan is he doesn't want to look weak, but he also wants to try to do the right thing. He actually gives people explanations for his positions. He doesn't just say, "Do it my way, I'm the emperor." You know, he tells, like, to Melina and Tanya, they're like, "We want an independent Edenia," and he's like, "But a united outworld would be stronger." And it's like, huh, you know, this is a guy who believes he's doing the right thing. He's not like a time.
There we go. Get over here. Bam. Okay. So reptiles down. Now to do one more round, which I'll probably lose. Get over here.
We'll see how it goes.
Get over here.
Do you think this game might actually turn out to be just like Armageddon, where literally every character is in it?
No.
Do you think this might turn out to be the trilogy of our generation?
No. Just to think of, I mean, yeah, it makes sense with the variations, but it's like, I'm not sure, because, like, I mean, they are hyping it to be like one of the biggest games, or, well, biggest Mortal Kombat that ever released. Oh god, no. Johnny, come on. Son of a bitch. God damn you, Pacina. Let's see. No.
Well, it's funny because Pacina.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's not Johnny Cage in this one. Boom. Yep, I'm dead. Boom. Goddamn.
Because he seemed hurt when he found out she betrayed him. No, I don't think Kotal Khan loved her, but I do think that betrayal did sting, you know?
Literally.
Yeah.
Alright, let's play as Top Hat Clint Eastwood.
Or Odd Job, either one.
Yeah, Odd Job, that's what his name is. Damn. Now, see the by the way, did you hear about a leak on a combo system?
I'm sorry, did I hear about what?
A leak on a combo system?
No, I'll be honest. I tune out of most leaks. I really don't pay attention to them. A lot of them aren't true. A lot of them are just false rumors, and I kind of like to stick with just the facts. So
Yeah.
a lot of this stuff, I don't even pay attention to them. But what is this? What is the combo system?
There was something that somebody like mentioned about like a combo system, like reverting, going back to somewhat of like a Street Fighter style, like how like the combo system will be like maybe 2 to 3 hits, and I was totally against it, like I still am. I'm totally against it, because like when I play Mortal Kombat, I play Mortal Kombat. I like my fights up close. I like them personal. With Street Fighter, it's basically just a footsies game. So like I like Mortal Kombat X and its aggressiveness. Like, goddamn, is Mortal Kombat X aggressive? But I don't know where the leak is from. I know I've seen it before, and if anybody knows what I'm talking about, please just send it over. Oh wow, it's at already 11:30. So we're gonna pause the game, and we are going to go to a test your knowledge. So
Yes.
So everybody, test your knowledge. Now, let me bring up my notepad real quick, so I can get everybody's scores in check. Now, Tabmok, if you would, please explain the rules of test your knowledge.
All right. The rules are quite clear. much clearer than the rules of the Mortal Kombat tournament. Very simple, straightforward. So, every week, we do test your knowledge, and every question that you answer right, whoever answers it first will get a point. And when you're done, whoever has the most points, what do we do for them?
They will receive a very, very, very special Mortal Kombat gift from both of us. So, I already have some planned up. I actually will talk to you about it after the stream. Because I think I got some whipped up real quick that I think somebody would definitely like. So.
Ah, okay. Can't wait to hear what you got.
I will bring up the questions. Just say one.
Okay, let's do it.
Question 1.
I'm kind of on a delay here between the time you put it up on the screen and the time I see it, so you could read the question.
Scorpion's real name is?
Yes.
Seconds.
Starting out with an easy one.
Programmer got it right.
Wait a minute. Are we going to take points off for spelling?
Ooh. Yeah, actually, yeah. Let's, So anybody that spells it right.
Okay, so the first person to spell it right is going to get it. Okay.
Omega, you have earned yourself a point, sir.
Did he, though? Because technically you said 30 seconds, and I think he took 31.
You know what? I'm not even going to do this time limit. I'm not even going to do time limit.
I was just messing with you.
Omega is... Yo. 1 point. So it's a 5-way tie. So... Now, next question.
Yes, question number 2.
To perform an aminality in Mortal Kombat 3, you must perform A. First one to get it right gets 8 points.
So you kind of have to be an old school fan to get this one. The Hanzo Hasashi question is very easy for MKX players. That used to be an obscure piece of trivia. Now it's very common knowledge. But this one, people may not know this one. People from this gaming generation. Now there's something you have to do first before you can do an animality. It's not a fatality. There's a different move that must be done.
Ooh.
I've only played MK9 up. Mm-hmm.
See, this is why we do this series. MJ!
You're gonna learn something new.
I'm not gonna lie, I love this background.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Especially with the scorpion spear. Covered in blood. That's amazing.
Yeah, came out great.
Let's see here. Oh, no, it's a certain type of move, like, hint. It's not an alley. I think that's the only hint that I would say.
I mean, I don't think there is a hint that you can give
Yeah.
without giving it away completely. It's
Yeah.
like very hard to describe. But yeah, there's a certain sort of a move, maybe a certain sort of a finisher, but not a fatality. But there's a certain something that your character can do.
MJ got it right.
Oh yeah, look at that.
God damn it, we keep on getting tied.
That's okay. Everybody gets 1 point, so it keeps it exciting because everybody's got one, and it's like nobody's got the lead. It's still anybody's game. That's what's cool. But MJ, I'm curious. Did you Google that, or did you already know it? Because it took a while to answer, so I'm thinking that was a Google search.
There we go. Hey, first. Let me pull up that real quick. Damn. Oh, is the stream delayed?
It might be. Yeah, sometimes it happens and it can't be helped.
Yeah. What I there we go. Yeah.
So we're gonna give everybody a chance to refresh first before we do the last question. I think that's honestly a good idea.
Yeah. Spencer actually got it. Like, he's not the first, but he actually got everything on the dot. Like he was supposed to do. Huh.
Yeah, actually, he even provided more specifications of what we were asking for. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
So, it has been 30 seconds, so we are going to pose question 3. Would you like to say this one?
Oh, yes. I might not get the wording exactly right, but NetherRealm Studios, and of course, back in the day, Midway Game, were located in this Earthrealm city.
Programmer just got it right.
Nice.
Right. Chicago. Let me see who... Man, programmer doesn't have a point. I thought he did have a point. Huh.
Sometimes whenever I'm talking, I feel like I don't even...
Damn. So, everybody... There we go. So, everybody has a point. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 way tie. So,
This is an all-out melee.
yeah, this... Oh, man, I don't know what to do if, I don't know if, you know...
Your dad helped you? Your dad helped you with Mortal Kombat trivia question?
That's actually kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, what a cool dad.
Let's see here. But yeah. So, let's get back into the main screen and let's play at least, I'm gonna say 10 minutes more of MK2. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
If you would like to ask any questions pertaining to Mortal Kombat 2, and Mortal Kombat, or just 11 and Mortal Kombat in general, just text it. I can't look at the chat right now because my phone's dead and it's on.
Don't worry, I'm looking at it. Oh man, that's how you were looking at the chat on your phone. I swear to God, I hear this unmistakable. Like every time you put your phone down, it's like, why is he looking at his phone so much? It's like, okay, that explains it.
Yeah, because it was full screen, so I
yes, you use that to keep up.
Yeah.
All right, I got an eye on the chat for you.
Let's see. Let's do Sub-Zero.
But I don't understand exactly what I'm reading. Omega is Heel said something. He played Ever Skynes MK1. I
don't know who that is.
I don't know Ever Skynes. I don't know what those two words mean, but I know he played MK1. Oh, ever since. He's played ever since MK1. There we go.
Yeah, Sub-Zero I think is the only character to be in every game. Because Scorpion was not in Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah. All right, so now we're all talking about our favorite Mortal Kombat commercial or trail.
Ooh, that's a hard one because Deception is pretty good. I remember when I saw that for the first time online. I feel like the coolest trailer is the Shadows trailer for Mortal Kombat 9, where it had the Disturbed song, just another way to die. I think that's what the name of it is, but I definitely know it's Disturbed. But the trailer was just so cool. Like, you would see the silhouettes of each character and Raiden doing like his lightning thing, and just the Mortal Kombat characters beating the ever living shit. Dude, that trailer is the best. Mortal Kombat X I actually like because like for the first time, like, you know, when it came to hip hop in Mortal Kombat, it was like that was perfect. The beat was good. The lyrics went with the game, unlike 21 Savage saying I'm gonna put a bullet in your lung for that. That kind of threw me off guard. But yeah, my two favorite trailers would be Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 9 Shadows.
My favorite commercials would be Mortal Kombat 2, which I already mentioned earlier. It also, Mortal Kombat 4 had a great trailer. Has anybody here seen? I mean, look, they went all out back in the day. They got live action actors to dress up as Shinnok and Reptile and Raiden, and it's like the crushing pound of the mallet. Bong! The something of the something. Swish! They call to you. It was great.
Yeah, and then the final picture is Raiden hitting the gong.
Yes, that one. It's so iconic. It was just awesome. And what I really like is that if you play Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero on the PlayStation, there is a commercial for Mortal Kombat 4 right on there.
God, no. God, yeah, I do not know Liu Kang whatsoever.
Oh, a really good move for Liu Kang is to hold low kick for like 5 seconds and then let go, and he'll do the. And then everything else is very, you know, forward, high fireball, forward, low punch, low fireball, forward, high kick, flying kick. There you go. That's Liu Kang in a nutshell. By the way, Guess who does the voice of Liu Kang? All the
Bruce Lee.
Ed Boon does.
Oh, really?
It's him.
I didn't know about that.
Dude could have been a voice actor because he's also the voice of Scorpion.
What would you like to talk about the two mystery characters of the pit?
Oh, yeah, that's a really great subtopic, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody really talks about the two characters. One of them ended up being a boss.
Yeah, at the time, so those two characters in the background of the pit, they're both Liu Kang sprites, shrunken down. One of them has green pants, and the other one is on fire. And I thought it was like a regular guy who'd just been set on fire, but eventually they revealed that it's somebody made out of fire. And fans called them Torch and Hornbuckle. Now, I don't know why Midway decided to use Torch and rename him Blaze. I never understood that. In MK Deadly Alliance, they made Blaze an actual character. And they explained that it was him on... And by the way, he really doesn't look anything like he does in Deadly Alliance. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I like if you guys don't know what we're talking about the characters that are in the background right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see it. They're both Liu Kang. One of them's turned green. His pants are turned green, and they named him Hornbuckle. And the other one is also Liu Kang, but he's on fire. And fans named him Torch. But they later renamed him to Blaze when they officially put him into the game series. And he really doesn't look like that anymore. He looks completely different. I don't even know what's the point of saying it was him.
Damn.
Might be because of a copyright, since there's already a character on fire with the name Torch. His thought. But who? Do they mean the Human Torch? Is that who they're talking about? Are they worried about like Fantastic Four? They don't want to be too similar to him, so they stay on the safe side and avoid any potential lawsuits by just going with the completely different. You think we'll get to see Hornbuckle since they gave us... No. Hornbuckle and Tremor are two completely different situations. Hornbuckle... Well... See, if you had asked me, do I think they'll give us Hornbuckle since they gave us Blaze, then I might say, yeah, there's a chance. But Tremor was never a rumored character. See, Hornbuckle and Torch were rumors, but Tremor was actually a character from Mortal Kombat Special Forces. So all they really did when they put him in MKX, or even MK for the PS Vita, all they really did with Tremor was they just brought back an already existing character. They brought back an already established character. Totally different than somebody like Torch, where they turned him into Blaze, where they actually took a rumor and made it real.
Jesus. Wow.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me, but Stryker is my best guy in MK9.
Oh, dude, that's perfect.
Like, yeah.
Fine. He is kick ass in Mortal Kombat 9. Like the his fatality is probably one of my favorites. He does the cool guys don't look at fucking explosion. Yeah. He's one of those dudes, and it's like, dude, that's actually pretty cool. He actually was my brother's favorite character for like the longest time in Mortal Kombat 9. Of course my favorite character was Scorpion. I thought, you know, he was just in every game he's just Bay to me. So like I mean, even though like in the classic games I do end up playing Sub-Zero a whole lot, like in Mortal Kombat 3 I end up playing classic Sub-Zero other than normal Sub-Zero. I like... No!
Well, you know what I love about Stryker? You guys should really watch Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm. It's the weekly Saturday morning cartoon show that they had in like '96 because Stryker was in it. And you'll never guess who did Stryker's voice in that show.
It is John Cena. No, I'm kidding.
I did not see that.
That's who I thought he sounded like.
Even better, dude. Ron Perlman.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Hellboy himself doing the voice of Stryker. And let me tell you, man, Stryker in that cartoon, he was really like a by the book kind of a guy. We've got to do everything the right way. It's, you know, it's the best thing for the team if we stick to the rules, you know, follow the book, that kind of a thing. And Sonya liked to go off script a lot and improvise, and Stryker hated it, drove him nuts. I love that. Like, Stryker was sort of like this anal retentive control freak. He was doing it all for the right reasons, and he was also kind of a germaphobe. Like, he didn't like Nightwolf's pet because they carry diseases. Like, he's worried about getting...
See, yeah, I feel like we should probably watch that. Just put commentary over it. Just for one... how many episodes were there? By any
like,
chance?
13.
Let's see.
I see people talking in the chat like it was just one season. Like, yeah, it was just one season, but it was really good. It was like it's like a follow up to the Mortal Kombat movie, and they don't officially bill it as a sequel, but you can tell it's a spiritual successor to the movie because events are directly referred to that only happened in the movie, never the game.
Let's see. I bet my cousin was really good, and then beat him with Stryker, and then played as Cabal. Huh. Yeah. Cabal and Stryker. That was such a cool thing to do to Cabal. Like make him an officer and stuff, and make him like run away from the Red Dragon, or Black Dragon. Sorry.
But, you know, you really can't leave the Black Dragon because, as Kano said in story mode, once you go black, you never go back.
Yeah. It's a better follow up. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about that now. Maybe in one of the episodes of in one of the episodes of Mortal Monday, we might actually just watch them and flip the video, do all that stuff.
Yeah, to avoid like copyrights and stuff. But
yeah, we would have a live stream just talking over it, talking about the the events, stuff like what we did earlier in this episode. I feel like that would definitely be awesome to do.
Well, like the programmer of video game says, it's a better follow-up than Annihilation. And I'll tell you guys, there's probably no way anybody out there knows this but me, but I'll tell you, everybody here, what's even better than Annihilation and even better than Defenders of the Realm as a sequel to the movie was Mortal Kombat the live tour. I gotta tell you that it's so hard for me to find anybody who's ever even been to it. If somebody had like a VHS recording of the whole live tour, oh man, I would kill for that. The live tour was the most amazing thing. So it was basically like a stage. A bunch of guys get out there and they have like these pre-recorded audio. They're dressed up as the characters from Mortal Kombat 3. Yeah, actually even a few from Ultimate MK3. And they just play it up like it's a straight sequel to the movie. Like Shao Kahn comes, he says that Raiden got his Earth Warriors only so far. He's here anyway, and he's not gonna back down. And they just fought. They just had so many fights. One of my favorite parts, at least in the one that I saw, was the good guys. They kind of split up and they kind of had their own like one-on-one fights with the bad guys. There was a scene where Scorpion was working for the bad guys, just like he does in the movies. Has a scene where he fights with Jax, and he throws the spear at Jax, and he's like, "Get over here!" And Jax catches the spear and says, "No, why don't you get over here?" And he pulls Scorpion in, and then uppercuts him. And he had like the metal arms on, and so I don't know what they did, but they had like a metallic sound effect as he like uppercutted Scorpion. It was just so bad. I would kill to see a tape of the live tour again, man. It was the best. Everything they're saying in the chat is right. Carrie Hoskins did return as Sonya in the live tour. It's a true fact. It would be cool if they included the live tour in the crypt from K11. He's right. That would be cool. No, it wasn't someone else. It was Carrie Hoskins. She definitely played herself. She played Sonya. She's talked about it before in interviews and stuff like that. Just awesome that they got the real Sonya.
Yeah, and Carrie Hoskins is a babe. I gotta say. Like, after I found out about, you know, Carrie Hoskins, Sonya is probably my favorite Sonya. Just the Mortal Kombat 3 costume is just, I feel like that's her best costume out of the entire series.
Was the one from Deadly Alliance?
No. The one from Mortal Kombat 3.
Oh yeah, dude, it was like so high tech looking. Like a lot of the costumes in MK3 kind of looks like very futuristic, and you know.
Yeah, to me that one felt so 90s, like. There we go. But yeah, it felt so 90s, and that's why I liked it so much. It was like, I don't know. But yeah. Let's see here.
It somehow, you know, since I was experiencing it in the 90s, it actually looked very high tech and futuristic to me at the time. So I guess I'm getting a different vibe. It seemed like a very sci-fi futuristic kind of a costume to me.
Yeah, like with me, I like the colors of green, black, and white all in like one costume. It was, and then to see the behind the scenes video, it was just amazing. I really do love that costume. But yeah, let's see, what else do we have in the comments?
A lot of people who are happy about Sonya, and there's also some Frost discussion going on.
I feel like she will be in the next game. Just for the mere fact that she kind of has a story, and it needs to be told.
But you know, I really feel like it's kind of like I said earlier about the other Kombat kids. Like if you're ever gonna want Frost to go out and become her own person, she's got to get out from under Sub-Zero's shadow. I mean, you can't have Frost and say, "Oh yeah, she's gonna be like the new freezing character," if Sub-Zero's also happens to be in every single game that Frost is in. Like she can't get her own. She can never get wings.
Yeah, I like. If it was up to me, I would develop Frost like MMA mixed with ice powers. For the fact that in the Mortal Kombat comics she was fighting Cassie Cage in an MMA octagon. So
yeah, it was like an underground kind of a fight scene that she's like in charge of, basically.
Yeah, and I always thought that was pretty cool. So to incorporate some MMA with freezing, it would definitely make her different, like how Takeda is different than Scorpion, even though Scorpion basically raised him.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. You know, they could make a sitcom about like his life. You know, having Scorpion and Kenshi as his biological, my two dads. You got it, man. That would be great.
Yeah, we have that.
Just imagine him telling Scorpion, "You're not even my real dad."
Yeah.
Well, get over it.
Get over here. Let me talk to you. I could see Mortal Kombat being a sitcom.
Yeah.
And a cooking show. We need that second episode, damn it.
Well, you know, he'll really be able to pass the mantle on when instead of cooking with Scorpion, you have cooking with Takeda. Then you'll know he's arrived.
Yeah, using whips to his advantage.
We're still talking about the kitchen, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Good. Just making sure.
Yeah. Let's see.
Takeda don't want that Scorpion smoke.
But yeah, let's see. It's already 12. Holy shit. Yeah, 1 hour and 40 minutes. So.
You want to call it a night? You want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Are there any other final words of wisdom?
I mean, I don't know about next week. Mortal Kombat 3 does not run well with my if it comes down to using MAME, it will not run whatsoever. So I'm not sure about next week. I'll have to definitely test out the game and stuff. But
okay. So you're saying next week? I am getting ready to go to Europe for the MK11 party. Some of my MK Online buddies are in LA. I'll be in. I don't think I'll actually be ready by next Monday to do it. So maybe we'll take that week off and do 3 the following Monday if that's good with everybody.
Yeah, and I mean, we definitely will be back. I'm in the process of working on my computer to getting it fixed. So I can basically have all my games back and stuff. So it will take at least 2 weeks for everything to be worked on. But trust me, everything's gonna be all right by the time that we do Mortal Kombat 3. But I know the games that we have planned up is Mortal Kombat 3. Sadly, Special Forces I do want to play throughout the entire Mortal Kombat collection.
To your funeral.
Yeah, I know. I'm probably gonna hate it more than this game, but so we're gonna play Special Forces, then Mythologies, and then Force, so we can have like a good story when it comes to Mortal Kombat 4. We would already know what happens in Mythologies. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty straightforward around this time. Let's see. I do not know how many weeks we have until we have Mortal Kombat 11. I think it's 4 months, which, let's see, 4 weeks. We have a lot of episodes to cover this stuff, so
we'll be okay.
Yeah,
you know what? I could probably I can probably work out a calendar in Excel and just figure out exactly how everything's gonna shake out. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
we could figure it out.
But just know that Tabmok will definitely be at the London event. I will be working on Thursday, but that Thursday I will be streaming. I will be talking about what we just saw, everything that was talked about, all the guest appearances, what the story's about. I'm going to discuss gameplay, gear, skin. I know that Legend X Ronin is planning some big. I think he's doing one more live stream before the event, and then we're gonna do one after. So if you haven't, please subscribe to Legend. Also, like there's also like a couple people I do want to shout out. I do want to shout out everybody that's on Twitter. Thank you for retweeting about Mortal Monday. This has been a series in a long time coming. I know the first 2 episodes we've definitely had hiccups. My audio isn't in the first one, and the
I went and listened to it, and I was hearing your audio during like the trivia parts.
Yeah, I just forgot to turn it on in the main part.
Okay.
Yeah. And then with 2, of course, we had the arcade collection just spazzing out. So definitely the third the third episode will be better. I do want to thank the MK family. You know who you are. I want to thank the boys at the Nethercast. If you haven't watched them yet, they make amazing content. They make a lot of discussion videos. And just all of you guys that that are here tonight, that is probably most likely gonna watch every Monday. I can't thank you all enough. This is probably the biggest series I've ever been working on, and probably be the longest. So I do want to thank you all. Tabmok, do you have any final words?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm very excited to be doing this with you, so thank you for including me. I've been around in the MK community quite a while, but when I was joining the community, the internet was a different place. You know, we had websites. We had dial-up internet. We had websites. Everything was like a fan site. We didn't have social media. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have podcasts. It's a whole different world. So I'm really excited to rejoin like the modern internet now and be included in on discussions like this. So thank you for having me on, SK. I appreciate it. I do want to give a shout out to everybody in the channel right now. If you haven't heard of me before, maybe next time I'll introduce myself a little bit and explain some of the things that I've done for the community. But I have been very involved in the community for a long time, ever since, maybe even before some of the people, like I'd say going back 96 was when I first got access to the internet, and I started contributing really more in 90s. So might have been doing this for longer than some people have even been alive, which makes me feel so old now. But if you want to look at what I'm up to lately, I'll tell you about my past accomplishments next time. But if you want to look at what I'm up to these days, I do have my own YouTube channel. You can probably just click my username in the channel and in this chat right here and just go to my YouTube channel. I basically do MK lore stuff. So like I'll do a video talking about Chameleon, or talking about Shinnok's amulet, or talking about Jax's arms, or just random stuff like that. Like if you ever wanted to know everything there is to know about Kano's metallic eye, there's a video for that. And that's kind of stuff I do now, is I just break down the lore stuff. I'm also breaking down MK11 stuff and sharing my perspective on what I think is going on, just based on the stuff that I know about MK, like from all the comics and the shows and the games and everything like that. So that's what I'm up to. And I'm also doing a podcast, like a semi-weekly stream with Mortal Kombat Online. So if you go to the Mortal Kombat Online YouTube channel, you will see me on there too with my host Fatalcade, and we have guests on our show every once in a while too. So maybe SK, one of these days we'll get you on our show.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Then you don't have to worry about running everything here, and you can kind of let us take over for that. And because it's stressful to do it on your end, I know that stress. It's tough to keep everything working right, and you've been doing a great job. I know sometimes it's a live broadcast, things will go wrong, and you handle it very well when they do. It happens to everybody. So maybe next time we'll take some of the stress off, and you can come hang out on our channel.
Yeah, I would absolutely love that. But yeah,
okay, well,
I posted your link in the chat. If you guys haven't subscribed to him yet, please go subscribe to him. He's been amazing help, especially in the creation of some of my discussion and theory videos. He definitely did help me out in the making of that. So
hey, thank you so much. I don't even remember how much of a help I actually was, but thank you for the shout out.
You were definitely a help with the mysterious woman, and then Noob Smoke. Definitely a big help with that. But yeah, and also Kano's son. Like, yeah, there was a lot of things that you helped me out on. So, please, if you guys haven't, another shout out, the Mortal Kombat Online. They just built a new website from the ground up. I would advise to please go in and make an account. Make one with the community. Everybody there is really, really, really cool. So
Good point, man. Good point. Thank you.
So yeah, I guess I'm gonna put it on the on this stream ending. So thank y'all for watching, and goodbye, my fellow
Hey, thanks again,
combatants.
guys. It's been a lot of fun.